I used to support the New Zealand Green Party. I voted for them last election. I have donated to them multiple times. But I have grown sick of their antics. A number of key factors have led me to move my support elsewhere. It increasingly feels like the Green Party is more interested in activism than governance. They are at every protest, they always dress like protesters, but it is very hard to imagine them in cabinet. And they are not putting much effort into actually winning. They have not released any YouTube videos since the last election. They have ceded the online space to the political right. They don't even bother answering their emails. I have emailed them countless times and never has one of them responded. They have a whole bunch of backbencher list MPs. What exactly are they doing? Government parties have time to answer their emails and maintain a significant online presence, all while governing the country and managing their duties in their electorates. And the Greens have no such responsibilities, and they are missing in action. It's like they don't even want to win. They are professional protesters, not serious politicians. Worst of all is their closeness to the Maori Party. Driven by white guilt, they constantly brag about their close friendship with the Maori Party fanatics. They fail to distance themselves from the insanity of these fringe radicals. And they get on board with some of their insane policy, supporting a lower pension age for Maori, for example. The Green Party has moronic views on law and order issues. They are like a caricature of the left. They make the left look like a joke. Timothy Paul talks about police abolition and holds fundraisers for prison abolitionists. They have all attended prison abolitionist protests, walking around like idiots in prison abolitionist t-shirts. They screech with anger when harsher penalties were introduced for king hits and attacks on first responders. It is embarrassing. It makes the left look like a bunch of morons. And it would be dangerous if they ever got control of the justice system cabinet portfolios. The Green Party also has weak leadership. Benjamin Doyle posted some inappropriate rubbish on social media. He was told to take it down, and he refused. Then, when a scandal inevitably erupted, the Green leaders defended him by claiming his gross posts were just LGBT culture, trying to pin his moronic behaviour on the entire LGBT community. He was a list MP. He defied their command to remove his social media content. That is weak leadership. A list MP should not be able to defy party commands. They owe everything to the party. He should have been sacked. Instead, they defended him with the dumbest arguments imaginable. The Greens lack economic credibility. They openly want to shrink the economy. Chloe Swarbrick cannot even answer basic questions about the risk of wealth flight. I want a left-wing economic realignment, but if incompetent morons preside over it, they will cause economic ruin and turn people against the left for decades. If we want it to work, we need the best minds presiding over it, not a bunch of activists. We need people like Michael Cullen and James Shaw, not people who cannot answer basic questions from Jack Tame. The Greens also have idiotic views on defence issues. They want to reduce funding for the Defence Force. They naively assume that nobody would ever try to attack us. That is a dangerously naive view. The traditional alliances and the rules-based order are collapsing. The world is about to become a lot more dangerous. We need to be able to defend ourselves. Taking our security for granted is no longer an option. The Greens oppose military aid for Ukraine, supposedly because military stuff is not New Zealand's specialty. When it was money being given to Ukraine, It doesn't matter what our specialty is, money is money. And if you are an anti-imperialist, you should strongly support military aid for Ukraine. The Greens claim to be committed to non-violence. This is supposedly one of their founding principles, which is laughable considering their entire purpose is to gain control over the state. The state is a monopoly on violence. What would they do if a mega landlord refused to pay the wealth tax? They would chuck them in prison, most likely. The state is a monopoly on violence. Anyone who claims to believe in non-violence while attempting to control the state is either lying to you, or they are a fool who does not understand their own ideology. A belief in non-violence and a desire to control the state are fundamentally incompatible, because the state is fundamentally a violent entity. I do not support the Green Party for these reasons. They need to sort themselves out. They have serious defects that weaken the political left. They are not as bad as the Maori Party, but they could be a hell of a lot better.